This is the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for July 8th, 2024. It's currently May 26th, 2024, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading, $529.44. That's USD. The shuffle video for the July 8th reading was created on May 23rd, 2024, 10:57 p.m. Eastern Time. That's a video playing for you in the lower left corner. So the overall theme of behavior for SPY on the 8th, we have a breakout on a multi-day scale that takes place. Behavior around the highest high, we have a rally along a diagonal trend line, we break through horizontal resistance, another resistance, and then pull back to somewhere between those two price levels. Behavior around the lowest low, out of a decline, there's a big move higher, faster move higher that ends that decline. I'm advised to trade around a decline that takes us into the revisiting of a support level that we recently met once before. Usually it's like on a greater scale, so like on a 1 month chart scale or multi-day scale. Now I'm going to get into the hour by hour chart behavior as well as timing the highs and lows and the best trade opportunities. But before I do that, I just want to make sure you're aware. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube tips, and that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. In the pre-market, we have an important resistance level on a multi-day scale that was highlighted. We failed to break through it many times before. We declined into a low right around the open. Out of that low, there's an unexpected move to the upside. It's taking us to a high there in the first half hour, so we have price swings going on here. From that high, we declined pretty notably between roughly 10 and 11. What's also interesting is that the unicursal is associated with the virtue card on the 1 month, and we're coming up on it on a unicursal here. We've got the virtue card here, we've got the virtue card here. This is an important virtue. So we decline there between 10 and 11, but then before 11 o'clock, there's a rally that commences out of that decline, and that takes us back to high, like we go from the bottom of the range all the way to the top of the range, starting out of the decline there, somewhere between 11 and 12, and then off of that big move higher, taking us back to a high, we have a notable decline, like near oversold territory. Will sell down into some volatility between roughly 12 and 1. That volatility, however, does end with a fast move higher. We poke through resistance momentarily around 2 o'clock. That would be a trade opportunity. I'll talk about in more detail before we break back down through it shortly thereafter, and then a trough forms between roughly 2 and 3, followed by more bullish behavior, like super bullish behavior in the last hour, bumping through resistance and then breaking out through the highs that we established at the beginning of the day. Trade opportunity right at the close, and then it looks like we decline pretty notably either in the post market overnight or somewhere here in the morning. We'll talk about that in more detail when we get into the reading for the 9th. As far as trades, after the first high, I would look for a decline. I'd open up that decline and then close out. I'd open up a long position in the midst of that decline there between roughly 10 and 11, and then I'd close that long position when we go from the bottom of the range all the way back to the top of the range at that high again. That would be a pretty notable trade there for a day trade. If you miss that high, or if you have higher risk tolerance, you could hold the long position, because we'll decline again, and then there's an opportunity to close out probably here around 2 o'clock. I would want to get into a partial short position at the end of the day on the 8th. And that's SPY for July 8th, 2024. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the Discord. Later.